Okay, she gone every single night. And I don't mind pushing you to ride.
Good day everyone. I'm Councilor Maureen Ilu, first termer, City Councilor of Cavite. I was a former Kagawad, Barangay Kagawad of Barangay 27. My husband is three-termer Councilor of Cavite City. Siguro siya yung mentor ko. Mom of four, graduate of Bachelor of Arts, major in Communication Arts at Colegio de San Juan de Letran. Then double degree holder, tapos din po ng Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Daderize course, kaya isa rin pong registered midwife as well as registered nurse.
Wow, that's amazing. Ang dami niyo na pong na-achieve sa life niyo. So, for today's interview, we'll be talking about leadership. So, as a government official, what does leadership mean to you?
For me, leadership is our ability to sustain, to show the people how we are going to innovate or to do something good for the benefit na magpo-progress yung isang city. As leadership as a politician, because there are different kinds of leadership, as you know.
So, for you po, since there are different types of leadership, can you describe any key actions or behaviors of a person that you've experienced as your best leader? You mentioned a while ago that your husband was kind of like your mentor.
Yeah, he was my mentor, but unfortunately, is on the other side. So my mentor for now is our Mayor Denver Chua. So as far as I can see, Mayor Denver Chua is very, meron siyang empathy sa ating mga constituents. Of course, if you will not put yourself into their shoes, you will not know how to deal with the people. So show your empathy and integrity as well. That will drive us to positive change para sa ating city. Yun yung mahirap sa pagiging isang public servant, kasi you have to put yourself into their shoes para ma-feel nila na talagang kailangan matutulungan mo sila. Mahirap, pero kapag nasanay ka na at kapag nasa puso mo na yung paglilingkod, mas maliliwanagan ka at mas mag-e-enjoy ka sa paglilingkod sa kanila.
Very true po talaga yung sinabi niyo na when it comes to leadership, kailangan sanayan din po siya.
Yes.
Pero do you think po na are leaders born or are they made?
Ito, matagal na tong nagde-debate tungkol dito, kasi para sa akin it's combination, 'di ba? Kasi you can be born na meron ka talagang ability para mag-serve sa people, pero as well as it can be educate na ma-educate yan sa'yo. But syempre, if you have your mentor, your family as one public servant, ma-a-adapt mo, makikita mo sa kanila kung ano yung mga ginagawa nila. So, ma-encourage ka rin para gawin yun. Kasi isa lang naman yung goal natin dito yung positive change tsaka yung ating vision na
So, in the topic po of role models, in what ways are role models important for leaders?
Role models are important for leaders. They help to set standards. Yan. For the behavior and performance with an organization. Kunyari, like for example sa amin, sa ating city, hindi organization kundi yung mismong ating lungsod, yung tawag namin. Kasi alam mo naman, being a councilor, kailangan meron tayong mga IDs. Alam mo yung magpapa-remember sa kanila kung sino ka, paano kanila maaalala. And I'm very lucky with that kasi yung apelyido ko is maigsi lang, LU. So every word, kinoconnect ko sa bawat mga programa ko. Yung pagiging role model ko is hindi being serious. Alam mo yung gusto ko na mag-e-enjoy sila, makaka-connect sila, as well as na-appreciate nila kung paano ko sila matutulungan.
Ay kayo po, sino po yung mga role models nyo and what are their characteristics?
Ayan, since nasa politics na tayo, syempre one of my role model is yung aming mayor, si Mayor Denver Chua. And I'm proud na isa siya sa ating top performing mayor, Philippines, buong Pilipinas po yan. Yes, first time po yan na nangyari sa Cavite City after 18 years na before, kasi Cavite City is the first class city. We were first class city, pero now after 18 years na punta tayo sa fourth class city, and Caviteños, I'm very proud naman dahil nagkaroon tayo ng Mayor Denver, and katulong niya dito is our Vice Mayor Raleigh Rosit, and all the councilors. We are united. Tulong-tulong kaming lahat sa pagpapaunlad ng aming lungsod. Kaya isa sila sa aming tinitingala dahil kami very lucky nga, lucky na sila yung aming mga leaders. Kasi meron silang, alam mo, yung respect. Yun yung isa sa pinaka-importante. Yung respect mo sa tao na mataas man sila o mas mababa sa'yo. You should treat them equally, and you should prioritize kung ano talaga yung mga problems na kailangan nating i-attend. Yeah.
So, from your role model na po, which is Mayor Denver, can you share some of the things that you've learned from him?
Ang isa sa being a public servant, yung isa siguro sa pinaka-importante na traits or characteristic na kailangan nating ipakita is yung patience natin. And next to that is your empathy. Patience kasi you cannot please everybody. You know, kapag nasa public service ka kasi ibigay mo ng lahat, gawin mo ng lahat para lang makatulong sa community and sa constituents mo. Pero maghahanap pa rin sila kung ano yung kulang.
So, for our next question, what can leaders do to help others in the organization see the future?
How cadence, medyo mahirap no? Question mo. But of course, syempre by clearly communicating, ayun naman yung important yung communication between the two parties. Isa dito syempre yung kung ano yung vision nila. Vision natin, yun nga sa sinasabi ko from the beginning, isa lang naman yung gusto natin is ma-provide natin, di ba, yung ating gustong pagbabago sa, kumbaga, common goal natin para sa ating magandang vision. And next to that is magpo-provide tayo ng context para sa change. We cannot do anything kung wala tayong context kung ano yung gusto nating pagbabago or for change. And next is, syempre, i-explain din natin sa kanila, no, yung potential benefits, kung ano yung pwede nilang, pwede nating makuha, what the future holds. Yun lang, di ba? Yun nga, to recap, ng sinasabi ko kanina, communicating with their vision, and then yung next is, we should provide context for change. At yung last na sinabi ko is yung potential benefit nila kung ano yung mag-hold sa atin in the future.
That's good tips po. Lalo na when it comes to change, a lot of people are very scared to take on risks and such. So for you po, what are some actions you take to create a climate for change and encourage risk-taking?
Ayun pa rin, same. Kasi in leadership kasi, ang pinaka-important kasi talaga is communication. Diba? Meron nga to create climate for change. Ang kailangan talaga natin is yung ating open na communication sa ating mga, para ma-provide natin yung change. Provide natin yung resources and yung support to each other para mas mabilis. Kasi one of the most important talaga is communicating. Kasi you should establish rapport between the two parties. Being a leader, tsaka sa ating mga followers, sa ating mga constituents. yung pagkakaintindihan, like public relations sa ibang tao is the most important thing. Communication pa din. Kasi kung hindi kayo magkakaintindihan, kung walang good communication, you cannot establish a good future.
So I would say po na you have a good relationship with your constituents.
Yeah,
po. So do you think po, should leaders let their constituents fail?
No, of course. Kasi yung failure ng ating constituents is our failure as well. So, kung ano yung ma-achieve natin with the future, kung ano yung ma-achieve nating success as a leader, achievement din yan ng ating mga followers. So, once you fail, once they fail, kasama ka dun sa pag-fail na yun.
And for our next question po, how can leaders create a climate of trust and facilitate relationships among people in a work team?
Ayun. Trust, pinakamahalaga. And once you break their trust, mahirap na yun ibalik. So you have to hold your promises. Kailangan kung ano yung mga pinangako mo sa kanila, yung promises mo sa kanila, tutuparin mo yun. Kahit na hindi abruptly, kahit na hindi biglaan. Yung promises natin, di ba nga, sabi nga may mga kasabihan nga na matagal ng saying na promises are made not to be broken. So, once you promise, gagawin mo yon kahit mahirap, kahit hindi biglaan, unti-unti. Basta mapapakita mo sa mga constituents mo na ginagawa mo lahat ng kaya mong gawin. You're doing your best para maging successful sa lahat ng mga at ma-achieve natin yung lahat ng mga promises natin sa kanila.
I'm pretty sure naman po nagagantanan niya yung duty niya sa promises niya as you
Oo.
mentioned a while ago.
Oo nga, minsan sumusobra pa.
Kaya lang naman po yun.
Kasi you should treat them as family eh. 'Di ba? Ikaw once na nag-fail yung family members mo, like me, kung meron mga kids na kung mag-fail sila, automatic failure 'yun. At mas masakit 'yun na failure para sa leader, hindi sa followers mo. Kasi pag nag-fail sila, ikaw yung pinaka nag-fail. Diba? Kaya dapat gagawin mo lahat para i-uplift lahat sila. Sama-sama kayo. Kumbaga, pag sinabi mo sa Cavite or sa ating city, sama-sama kayong lahat sa pag-unlad.
Next question. What are 3 things that can be done to improve in each leadership practice? And what are 3 things that you can do to continue learning to be a better leader?
Ayan. Yung doon naman na tayo sa first 3, no? What can be done to improve leadership practice? Siyempre, number 1 is, as always, communication. Yung communication skills natin. And next is yung decision making. Of course, you always have to decide kung ano yung makakabuti for all. Kapag decision making should be done for everybody, not for your own benefit lang. Then yung empowerment, kasi most of the time na nade-degrade natin yung feelings, yung pagkatao ng ating mga constituents, you should encourage them. And yung empowerment is isa sa pinakamahalagang traits din para ma-improve natin yun. And yung 3 naman na para
How you
ma-continue.
can be a better leader.
Yeah. How can you be a better leader? Is, of course, yung mentorship. Unang-una yan. I-respect natin, kuha tayo ng mga ideas. And of course, kahit na minsan alam natin sa sarili natin na magaling tayo, magsisik pa rin tayo ng help and guidance dun sa mga nakakataas sa atin, sa ibang leaders at mga mentors natin. And then next is, ito kasi is yung pagiging leader natin is mas may improve natin kung i-accept natin sa sarili natin na need natin ng additional knowledge. So, paano natin gagawin yon? Continuous learning. Kagaya ko na nagpaplano pa ulit after my degrees na pass na still planning dahil nasa ibang field naman tayo. Wala kasi ako sa medical field ngayon. So, nasa politics tayo. I was planning to take sa yung ating leadership. Continuous learning. Like, leadership development program. Isa yun sa makakatulong sa atin. And then, yung pangatlo is, napakadali lang, kahit na sino kayang gawin, is read. Diba? Kasi yung reading kasi parang finifeed natin. It's like the food ng brain natin. Once na continuous tayong nag-read, unti-unti niya pinifeed sa atin yung kung ano yung mga dapat nating malaman.
At the time that you struggled with work-life balance, and how did you manage to solve the problem?
Ayun. Isa talaga ito sa pinakamahirap, no? Kasi sa akin, being mom of four, no? And hindi lang yon, kasi isa rin tayong businesswoman, meron din tayong business, tapos papagsabayin natin yan yung pagiging public servant. Struggling talaga ako dyan. Pero kasi, yun nga, sa sinasabi ko, kailangan marunong ka mag-prioritize kung ano yung mga dapat mong unahin. So, you can, like, for example, sa akin, being a mom, kung nyari meron akong meeting ng 8 o'clock, I have session ng 8 o'clock. So, you have to wake up early. I have to wake up at 4 a.m. to cook para sa food ng aking mga kids, para pambaon nila sa school. Then, yung magagawa mo na lahat yung mga extras na dapat mong gawin. Yung time management is another key dyan. Bukod sa pagpa-prioritize, yung time management, isa sa importanteng bagay. So, kapag nagawa mo yun, na-manage mo yung time mo ng maayos, syempre mag-a-adjust ka rin yung sarili mo, i-adjust mo sa mga dapat mong gawin. And huwag mo rin papabayaan, syempre, yung health mo. Importante yun. So, priority, kung ano ipa-prioritize mo, time management, and of course, don't forget yung health natin. Mm-hmm.
How do you monitor the performance of individual team members? And in what specific ways do you motivate your team?
Ayan. Yung performance naman, like for example, ako kasi is, I'm the chairman ng Committee on Health and Sanitation sa city, no? Yung performance ng ating, you don't have to look lang sa kanilang performance. Kailangan i-include mo yung sarili mo kung ano yung mga ginagawa nila. Whenever na meron tayong projects, like for example, medical mission, hindi mo kailangang iasak sa kanila yung everything. You have to include yourself sa umpisa pa lang, sa planning, 'di ba, hanggang sa execution ng programs. Kailangan kasali ka. Kasi once na talagang inasa mo lang sa kanila lahat, hindi kayo magiging successful. Kasi sabi nga nila, being a leader, hindi mo kailangan magutos lang. Kailangan kasama kanila every step.
Okay. So for our next question po, how would you describe your leadership style?
Ayun, ako kasi yung pagiging leader ko, hindi ako strict eh. Gusto ko ano lang kami, body-body. So, makukuha nila yung respect ko bilang constituents ko sila. And as well as, I need also their respect. So, kailangan, same lang. Palitan lang tayo ng respeto. Pero, yun nga, nakaset dapat ang boundaries na alam nila kung hanggang saan lang yung dapat nating pagbiroan, gano'n. Alam nila kung hanggang saan lang yung kailangan nating i-discuss na hindi mag-go beyond sa ating mga personal na buhay, alam mo yun. Pero, meron kasing time para doon. Kunyari, magbabanding tayo. Bukod yun sa time na nagbo-work tayo. Pero ayoko nung very stiff kasi mas mahirap magtrabaho kapag may fear sa mga constituents natin. Mas maganda pa rin yung nagbo-work sila ng masaya, nakasmile, gumagana yung utak. Mas madali kasing mas maraming lumalabas na ideas kapag relax tayo nagwo-work. Unlike pag under pressure ka, yung may fear ka, napakahirap na makapagbigay ng ideas, di ba? Mahirap kahit estudyante tayo, mahirap sumagot kahit alam mo na yung sagot pag under pressure ka.
It's a good thing na po na we were able to interview you today kasi we found out a lot about how you manage yourself and your team members, and it's really inspiring to just be able to understand your perspective on things as well. And I guess as students then, we can take that into consideration and also use it in our daily school work life in the future. So, thank you po, Miss Mao, and we really enjoyed our time today. And thank you so much for giving me your time today.